Hi everybody, it is the next day and we are going to finish up these planters. Let me show you what we ended up doing today. We're going to put dirt in these for the succulents, but we also went ahead and hung these lower ones. And let me show you what that looks like. These are both from Gardener Supply for sure. I did double check. I know I buy things from a couple different places, Gardener Supply, Fast Growing Trees, and Amazon quite a bit. And then I have to remember which one they're from. But these are from Gardener Supply, so take a look. And then what we're gonna do, we're listening to some Kenny Chesney today. What we're gonna do is we're gonna fill up these. Now, these are window planters. You can plant them, place them right under a window seal, but my husband didn't want me to hang these on the house, so we're hanging them on the shed. So let me back up and give you a view. So I think they're gonna look good. That one's right above the rose bush, but I think it's gonna be perfectly fine. We're not gonna have plants that trail over the top, but this area gets shade, so I'm gonna put some plants over here that could use the shade to grow them and see how that goes. So you can kind of see rose bush, the ones from beaver bark right there. We've got our Gardener Supply items there, and take a look at this. So these have self-watering reservoirs. So the water reservoir goes there, you fill it up with water, and let's see. As you can see, the water will be underneath. And then it has a measurer. Now I haven't figured this out entirely myself, but let's look at this. It says minimum, optimal, and maximum. And then so this goes on here. Do you see? Let's see if I can get you down in there. So it has two little plastic pieces that go on that side, and then this goes right there. Pretty cool. Take a look. I added some soil here out of a failed experiment to grow something in a jar. It was actually a plant that was given to me. It was for lavender. You fill up the jar with soil and then you plant the lavender seeds. I think because it didn't have any drainage, I certainly could have put rocks at the bottom, but I didn't. It didn't end up sprouting anything, and when it did, it created, this is really moist soil. So I'm just going to repurpose it here. We're not going to grow over there. Okay, so I had some plants on the back patio from last year. This, I believe, is Yarrow. I remember buying it. It came back in the pot that I just had it in, as well as the vertical green stock. This one is Pennisetum. It's called Red Riding Hood. I love the flowers. We're not going to be able to mimic on that pot the same because I don't have another Pennisetum. I could buy one. I don't know if we'll find one, but I'm going to put in here in the middle the yellow not petunias, maybe it's pansies. I gotta go look. But I'm gonna put it here. The reason is because our petunias are taking over the upstairs planters. So we're gonna put them in here so they have a little bit more room. If they take over, or if other plants take over again, then you can just keep moving it. Trees, to a certain point, but plants in general are okay to move. They will recover if you need to give them more space. And since our petunias are taking over, our Super Bells petunias, we need to make a change. So I'm going to go up to the patio and grab 1, 2, 3 plants. One goes here. Yarrow, have an extra yarrow that can go there, and then the yellow plant, and then we'll just leave that one for if we find another Pennisetum or not. Now I'm not too worried that this is going to be up and over. I want you guys to think of this as like a cottage feel. It's okay that it's got tons of planters and tons of plants. It's okay that the rose bush is going to grow up and touch that one. In fact, it's more than okay because we're not sure if we didn't hang that one a little slightly off. We did kind of eyeball measuring. We did not get out a measuring tape, so it's perfectly fine. And these pots will be reused. So let's go up to the patio, which is right up there, and let's grab some flowers off of there that we can repurpose over here. These are violas. I could not figure out that name to save my life for a second. So these are our super petunias. They're starting to take over. I think that the violas are having a hard time. So I forgot that I have 2 in each. I'm going to go ahead and grab them. Thinking about it. Yeah, I'm going to grab them both. And yeah, I think I'll do fine in the other planter. I know we're putting stuff in there, but let's just give it a go. This one has 5 and I think it'll be fine. These particular dahlias are doing the best. I love them. Cool thing about these, they need water, but they are yellow violas, but they've got these blue purpley margins. I'll show you when we get in the shade, but they're just beautiful. Let's see if they just pull right out. Yep, there you go. That'll leave room for these to continue to spread like they like. That happens with containers. Sometimes you just make room, and I don't think that looks terrible. Let's do the other ones. I didn't want to water these because I knew I'd be moving them, but they need some water. This is not how they should look. Maybe they even need a shadier area. Okay, let's push that in there. This dahlia is not doing as well as the other one, but these petunias will take over. And this is the Yarrow, and it's doing really well. Let's see if it'll let us pull it out. Ooh, it's doing really good at rooting. Okay, let's see. Okay, don't worry. I got enough of the root system. We'll be okay. And we're gonna plant something else in there. Okay, so these violas are fatigued from not having water, but don't worry about them. I promise I'll get them going again. This is the Yarrow from the other one. Dang it. So I'm going to go ahead and place one in the front, one in the back. Let's see. Probably this more miserable one in the back. Okay, so because we have Yarrow in the far right corner, we're gonna mimic that on this side, far left. Actually, I'm gonna try to center it in this corner because I know that it wasn't growing that way, but it was growing in a pocket. So, let's see. Put some Biotone. Don't forget.
Here you go.
Thank you. Okay, I did overhead watering, but this one, remember, has the reservoir. I just wanted to get those roots saturated. So let's rinse this off and put some water in there. Now I'm gonna watch. I'm all about doing and not following directions sometimes, so I need to watch and see how I'm supposed to be doing this. But let's see if that little bubble goes up. That says max, optimum, minimum. Let's see, it's catching up. We're almost at max. Let's see if we can see the water in there. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little more because I feel like it needs a big drink, and then we're gonna be done. Okay, there we go. Max. We're almost at the max. I'm always pushing it. Okay, now I'm gonna come back in a couple hours because I want you to see just how much these will bounce back with a good drink of water. And there's our rose bushes. Still think that it doesn't matter. They're right under there. Succulents. Let's go to this side. Give those guys a big drink. Okay, we're at our max. Okay, so these should be happy for a couple days with water. I don't know. Let's see if it's a couple days. I'll report back. But don't worry. I'm going to take a picture tonight and show you how amazing it is. This one might not make it because it peeled off of this piece. I just plucked it in there to see if it's... If Pennisedum's one of those plants where it'll take and root itself. I don't think it is. Also, don't have that mirrored over there, and that's perfectly fine. Let's just take a back step here and look at it overall. I think it looks great. Put a chair there. Sit here. One of the places in our yard that gets shade is this area from the shed. And Joe put this awesome plexiglass door in, and he also built for me this bench, and it goes all the way around, and I just love it. I was asking him earlier what we even did with this before. We just stored bikes in here, but now we do just about everything. Let me give you a report back. So in a couple days we'll make a video on up planting these. Do you see? These are the pumpkins and watermelons we planted. They are the easiest to plant. If you're not growing pumpkins and watermelons, please do. You will have to watch out for squash bugs, but it is just so rewarding. So I'm gonna fill up the water bucket. I'm gonna give these guys a good drink. Anyway, it was fun hanging out with you guys today. This is just our thing on Memorial Day weekend that we just decided to do this and a couple other chores. I hope you really enjoyed it. Please subscribe. It really helps me out, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you.